the marketer decide the budget for hiring, tools, ads, and other things happening in marketing?
Yeah, like you said, startups have to do more with less, right? I mean, that's expected of a startup, and especially given the economic situation today, there isn't a lot of funding happening, and funding has dried up. People are looking for ways to cut costs, and the very first function that everyone looks at is marketing. So, with all this situation happening, you you as a marketing manager has to operate very lean. You have to run the marketing function very lean, cut costs wherever possible, and only spend on things that you think are really going to benefit you as a business, right? So that's the basic premise. Now, when it comes to operating, so before I talk about the ways in which you can actually operate lean, the very first thing to sort of chart out is what are your priorities, right? I spoke about short term and long term goals. List down those goals. Think about, like you said, if you are a one member, two-member marketing team, you are not going to be able to do in most cases all on your own. You need to have some kind of a support system, be it in the form of interns, freelancers, or agencies. You need to have some kind of a support system. Now, list down all those support systems that you need. Do you need and the areas where you need help, right? Is it content marketing? Is it social media? Is it video marketing? And think about those things which will give you some quick wins, and those things for which you can get approval as well, right? And arrive at a rough figure that you will need in terms of the total budget. I mean, budget calculation is not a simple process. I've even written about it as to how you can create an annual B2B marketing budget. But the whole principle while you do it is you try to operate very lean and try to cut costs wherever possible, and not overspend or not spend on things that might not really show results quickly, right? So that said, what are the ways in which you can really operate lean, right? The major costs are people, of course, and that's already a given. Most of the time it's just a one or two member marketing team. The next thing is that costs you money is tools, for example, right? One question that I very often get is, how can I build a marketing tech stack given that a lot of these tools are expensive? And I've written about this as well, wherein you can create a full-fledged marketing tech stack just at $1,260 per year. I mean, that number sounds a little weird, but that's the total number that I arrived at by looking at different options across different areas of the marketing tech stack, right? So it's possible to set up a marketing tech stack, a full-fledged tech stack at just $1,200 per year, right? The next thing is that when you go ahead and do campaigns, don't go behind those cool stuff that people are talking about, which will cost you money. For example, don't start with LinkedIn ads yet, especially when you don't have budget, when you have not figured out what kind of messaging works with your prospects and customers. Don't start with it, but rather you could go and experiment with Google ads, for example. For as less as $300 per month, you can start to run Google ads uh, and start to observe some patterns, right? So when it comes to campaigns, pick those things that will not cost you a lot of money. And marketing campaigns are not just paid ads, right? You can look at email marketing, you can look at organic social media, you can look at SEO. Not that these things don't cost, but they're relatively cheaper compared to a lot of other expensive channels like LinkedIn ads, right? And if you don't have the capability of creating, let's say, videos internally, that is also going to cost you money, right? In which case you can always turn to tools which can help you create videos easy, like Canva, for example, right? The paid version of Canva costs only 4,000 per year, right? And you can get a lot done with Canva, right? So basically, in terms of tools, in terms of spending, in terms of hiring people, in terms of creating a support system, always think about operating lean. And given all the resources, all the options you have today, it can't be an excuse that you cannot operate a marketing team lean, right? And I've also written about how you can build a lean B2B marketing team when you're tight on budget, right? So everything is possible given the myriad of options that you have when it comes to all these things today.